Do you feel like the pain is eating you up from the inside? Are you searching for a cure everywhere except where you really should be looking? Peace be upon you and God's mercy and blessings. Welcome back to our channel. I know you're tired. I know you've tried almost everything. Medications, doctors, therapy sessions, advice, and even those quick fixes that everyone promotes on social media. But something deep inside you is still screaming. Something that won't settle down, something that can't find peace no matter what you do. Ibn Sina, the wise man who lived 1,000 years ago, knew a great secret about healing. He wasn't just a doctor who treated bodies, but a philosopher who understood the whole nature of the human being. He knew that the real illness isn't just in the body, and that true healing does not come only from the outside. He believed that every person carries within them a tremendous healing power. A power that doesn't need a prescription or anyone's approval. A power that exists within you right now, in this very moment, even if you don't feel it. But the problem is that we've learned to look for solutions everywhere except in the right place. We've learned to listen to every voice except our inner voice. We've learned to trust everything except our own ability to heal. And now, I want you to pause for a moment. I want you to place your hand on your heart and feel its beats. This heart that beats without you thinking about it, without you commanding or reminding it. This is living proof that your body knows how to take care of itself. It's proof that within you is a wisdom deeper than your conscious mind. Ibn Sina used to say that the true physician is not the one who gives medicine, but the one who awakens the doctor within the patient. And right now, you don't just need an external doctor, but you need to awaken the doctor within you. So, are you ready to learn how to listen to the deepest part of yourself? Why are we afraid of silence? Why do we run away from ourselves whenever we try to be alone? The truth is, most of us have learned to live in constant noise. The noise of the outside world. The noise of thoughts that never stop. The noise of the distractions we invent to escape from ourselves. And when pain comes, we add new noise to it. The noise of searching for a quick fix. The noise of fear. The noise of despair. Ibn Sina knew that the first step toward healing is to stop. To stop running. To stop searching everywhere. To stop and listen to what our body is saying. What our soul is saying. What that quiet voice that knows the truth is saying. In his great book, In the Canon of Medicine, he talks about a concept he calls the governing force. This is a natural force in every human being. A force that knows how to mend what is broken. How to heal what is wounded. How to restore balance to what has been disturbed. This force is not something sacred or magical. It is as simple as your breath, as natural as your heartbeat, as present as your very existence. But we have lost the ability to sense it because we have drowned in the noise of life. Imagine with me if your body contained a tiny doctor. A doctor who knows everything about you, knows your history, knows your dreams, knows your fears, knows exactly what you need at every moment. This doctor never sleeps, never takes a vacation, never asks for money, never judges you. It is always there, waiting for you to listen to it. This is not a fantasy. This is a scientific fact confirmed by recent research. Your body knows how to fight diseases, how to repair damaged tissues, how to produce the hormones you need for happiness. But all these processes need just one thing: calmness. The problem is that we live in a constant state of emergency. The mind screams, the heart is afraid, the body is tense, and in this state, the inner doctor cannot work effectively. It's like a surgeon trying to perform a delicate operation in the middle of an earthquake. That's why the first thing Ibn Sina taught was the art of stillness. Not just external stillness, but inner stillness. The stillness that allows your body to remember how to heal itself. So, are you ready to learn? How do you find this stillness in the heart of the storm? When was the last time you sat with yourself without trying to fix or change anything? When was the last time you told yourself, I am here and that's enough? Ibn Sina believed in something revolutionary for his time, and it remains revolutionary even today. That the patient is not just a broken body that needs fixing, but a whole person who carries within them everything they need to heal. But this ability to heal needs one thing to work: acceptance. Acceptance does not mean surrender. It doesn't mean you stop seeking treatment or resign yourself to pain forever. Acceptance means you stop fighting yourself. It means you stop treating your body as an enemy that has betrayed you, and you start treating it as a friend trying to tell you something important. Think about this when you get a cut on your hand. You don't get angry at your hand. You don't curse it or punish it. Instead, you take care of it gently. You clean the wound. You apply medicine to it. You protect it with a bandage. And you trust that your body knows how to heal this wound. So why do we treat emotional wounds differently? Why do we get angry at ourselves when we feel sad, anxious, or afraid? Why do we fight these feelings instead of asking, what are they trying to tell me? Ibn Sina saw symptoms as messages, not as enemies. Pain is a message. Fear is a message. Sadness is a message. And when we learn how to read these messages instead of silencing them, we begin to understand what our body and soul truly need. There is a simple exercise that Ibn Sina used to recommend to his patients. Modern science has confirmed its effectiveness. It is the exercise of being present with pain. Instead of running away from the painful feeling, you sit with it as you would sit with a sad friend. You place your hand on your heart and say, I see that you are in pain. I see that you are afraid. I see that you are tired. I am here with you. You are not alone. Don't try to fix anything. Don't try to convince yourself that everything is fine. Just sit with whatever is there. And something magical happens. When you stop fighting the pain begins to change. Not quickly, not dramatically, but gradually. It's like a child who cries to get your attention. When you give them the attention they need, they gradually calm down. This is the difference between real healing and temporary relief. Temporary relief suppresses the symptoms. Real healing listens to them. So, are you ready to sit with yourself and listen to what it is trying to tell you? I don't want to lie to you. What I'm about to say may be difficult, but it's necessary. Sometimes, we are the biggest obstacle to our own healing. I'm not accusing you or blaming you. I'm saying this because I've been through it, and because Ibn Sina knew this truth centuries ago. Sometimes we hold on to our pain more than we hold on to our desire to heal. And this isn't because we love pain, but because we're afraid of what we might find if we truly heal. Think about this difficult question. What if you were completely healed tomorrow? What if all the pain disappeared? All the fear, all the sadness? Who would you be? How would you spend your day? What dreams would you chase? What difficult conversations would you have? What decisions would you make? If you feel a bit of fear when thinking about these questions, you're not alone. Many of us find that, in a strange way, we've become comfortable with our pain. The pain has become our identity, our excuse, our refuge from the full life that awaits us outside. Ibn Sina saw this in his patients time and time again. He used to say that some people prefer a prison they know to a freedom they don't know. And he realized that healing is not just about removing pain, but about being ready to embrace life with all its responsibilities and possibilities. The fear of healing is real and it is valid. It is a fear of the unknown, a fear of facing life without armor, a fear of discovering who we really are when we are no longer sick, in pain, or depressed. But Ibn Sina used to say something beautiful. Healing is not about becoming someone else, but about becoming your true self. Healing does not change who you are, but it removes everything that prevents you from being who you are. And here comes an important question. Are you ready to let go of the story you tell about yourself? The story that says you are broken, that you are sick, that you are a victim. This may be a true story about part of your experience, but it is not the whole story of who you are. Ibn Sina believed that every human being has a true essence, a complete essence, an essence untouched by illness or pain. This essence is not something you need to build or acquire. It already exists within you, waiting for you to remember it. And remembering begins with a simple and courageous acknowledgement. Maybe I am more than my pain. Maybe there is a part of me that has never been hurt. Maybe I am ready to discover that part. So, are you ready for this courageous acknowledgement? There is a moment in every person's journey toward healing that is like the sunrise after a long, dark night. A moment when, for the first time in a long while, you feel that something is finally moving in the right direction. This moment usually doesn't come as we expect. It doesn't arrive as a burst of light or an announcement of miraculous healing. It comes quietly, It comes like a gentle breeze on a hot day, like a smile that finds its way to your face without you planning it. Ibn Sina called this moment the moment of awakening. The moment when you realize that something inside you has not died. It hasn't been broken forever. It hasn't been lost. Something that was patiently waiting for you to stop searching for it everywhere, and to find it where it has always been, inside you. I remember the first time I felt this moment. I was sitting alone, exhausted from years of searching for solutions. I had tried almost everything, and I still felt empty. And suddenly, without warning, I felt something different. It wasn't happiness or comfort, but something quieter and deeper. It was a feeling of presence, a sense that I truly exist, and that my existence is enough. This is what Ibn Sina means by true healing. It's not the disappearance of all problems, but realizing that you are greater than all your problems. It's not the absence of pain, but discovering that there is a place within you that pain cannot reach. A place deeper than fear, stronger than sadness, more steadfast than any storm that passes through your life. And the beautiful thing about this moment is that it reminds you that healing is not a place you arrive at, but a way you live. It's not a final state you achieve, but accumulated moments of awareness, of presence, of connecting with that healthy part inside you. Ibn Sina used to tell his patients not to look for the moment when they would be completely healed, but to take care of the moment they are in right now. Because healing does not happen in the future, but happens in the present. It happens every time you choose to be kind to yourself, to listen to your body, to trust your inner wisdom. And the best thing about this moment is that it shows you that everything you've been through was not in vain. All the pain, all the searching, all the rising and falling was preparing you for this moment. It was teaching you how to appreciate calmness, how to respect silence, how to trust the wisdom of life that flows through your veins. This is the beginning of true transformation. Not a transformation into someone else, but a return to who you have always been beneath all the layers of pain and fear. So, do you feel the beginning of this gentle transformation now? Now, after you have felt that first moment of awakening, the journey back to yourself begins. It is not a return to who you were before the pain, but a return to something deeper, something that existed even before you were born. Ibn Sina believed that every human being carries within them what he called the original light. This light is not something abstract or philosophical. It is a tangible reality that you can feel in your body, in your breath, in the way your heart calms down when you stop fighting and start listening. At this stage, you begin to rebuild your relationship with your body. No, I'm not going to tell you to love everything about your body right away, and I won't ask you to be grateful for your pain. That's neither logical nor fair. Instead, I'll ask you for something simpler and deeper. To start treating your body as an ally, not an enemy. Every morning before you start your day, place your hand on your heart and say something simple. Thank you for still beating. Thank you for not giving up. You don't need to actually feel this gratitude at first. Just say it. The feeling will come later. Ibn Sina used to teach his patients an exercise he called the conversation with the organs. He would ask them to talk to every part of their bodies as if speaking to a dear friend. If your back hurts, instead of cursing or ignoring it, say, I see you're tired. I see you are carrying more than you can handle. What do you need from me? And listen. Don't listen with your mind that wants immediate answers. Rather, listen with your heart, which knows how to wait. And little by little you will start to hear answers. Maybe you need to rest. Maybe a need to move. Maybe a need for touch. Maybe a need to say something you've been holding in your heart. These conversations rebuild trust. Trust between you and your body. Trust in your ability to heal. Trust that there is a wisdom deeper than your anxious mind that is always working in your favor. And over time, you start to notice small changes, not miracles. It's not instant healing, but gentle, steady changes. You sleep a little better. You breathe a bit deeper. You find yourself more patient with yourself and with others. You feel a closer connection to the present moment. These small changes are the real healing. It's your body and soul returning to their natural state of balance and harmony. It is the awakening of that guiding force that Ibn Sina spoke about. The force that knows how to repair, renew, and bring life back to what seemed dead. And the most important thing at this stage is to remember that healing is not a straight line. It's sometimes a dance, a step forward, sometimes a step back. But the movement is always toward more clarity, more peace, more trust in your ability to take care of yourself. One of the most beautiful things you discover on the healing journey is that your body remembers how to be happy. No, I'm not talking about loud happiness or fleeting joy, but rather that quiet sense of comfort that comes when you are at peace with yourself. Ibn Sina believed that happiness is not a state we achieve by searching for it, but rather a natural state we return to when we remove everything that prevents us from feeling it. It's like the sun that is always there behind the clouds, even if we can't see it. And now you are learning how to notice these small moments of clarity. A moment when you feel the sun on your face and realize that you exist. A moment when you taste a cup of tea and feel a simple gratitude. A moment when you look in the mirror and don't see a list of flaws, but see a person who is trying, a person who deserves love. These moments are reminders from your body and soul that peace is possible. They are messages from that right part within you that says, I am still here. I haven't gone anywhere. I was waiting for you. And here comes a very important part of Ibn Sina's teaching, the importance of celebrating small progress. In a society that focuses on big results and dramatic changes, we forget that true healing happens in the small moments. Every time you choose kindness toward yourself instead of criticism, celebrate it. Every time you listen to your body's needs and fulfill them, celebrate it. Every time you feel grateful for something simple, celebrate it. These are real victories, and they deserve to be acknowledged. Ibn Sina used to say, a seed does not become a tree in one day, but it grows every day, and each day it is more than it was the day before. You too are growing every day, even if you don't feel it. And over time, you begin to notice something beautiful. Healing is not just about removing pain, but about adding beauty to your life. You start to notice things you never saw before. The color of the sky in the evening, the sound of birds in the morning, the taste of food when you eat it mindfully. It's as if your senses are waking up from a long slumber, and the truth is, they were asleep. Pain and fear numb our ability to feel beauty and healing. It gradually reawakens them. You also begin to discover that you have gifts and abilities you never knew about. Pain taught you compassion. Fear taught you courage. Sadness taught you how to appreciate beautiful moments. You didn't realize you were learning all this, but you were learning. And now, with this new wisdom and this growing ability to feel beauty, you begin to discover your new purpose in life. Not a grand or complicated purpose, but a simple and profound one. To live honestly, to love boldly, to be a source of healing for others as you have been healed. One of the deepest changes that occurs on the journey of healing is the transformation of your relationship with others. When you begin to heal from within, you discover that your capacity for love and compassion expands in ways you never expected. Ibn Sina used to say that a healed heart is like a deep well that never runs dry. The more you give from it, the fuller it becomes. And this is what you are discovering now. The more you learn to be kind to yourself, the more natural it becomes to be kind to others. But this doesn't mean you become someone who tries to please everyone or ignores your own boundaries. On the contrary, healing teaches you how to love from a place of strength and clarity, not from a place of need or fear. You begin to see people with new eyes. You see that the angry person might actually be afraid inside. You see that the aggressive person might be in pain. You see that the withdrawn person needs someone to notice and appreciate them. You don't try to fix anyone, but you understand that every person is fighting a battle you cannot see. And this understanding sets you free. It frees you from taking things personally. It frees you from the need for everyone to understand or approve of you. It frees you from the fear of rejection because you have come to know your worth from within. Ibn Sina believed that the best way to help others is to be a living example of the possibility of healing. You don't need to preach, advise, or try to convince anyone. Just be. Be a person who lives in peace with themselves. You will see how this peace is contagious in the most beautiful ways. You start to notice that people are drawn to you in a different way. Not because you have become perfect or free of problems, but because you have become genuine. You have become someone who knows their pain and is not ashamed of it, knows their weakness and does not hide it, knows their strength and does not boast about it. This authenticity gives others permission to be authentic as well. You discover that your conversations have become deeper, that your friendships have become more sincere, that your ability to be present with others in their hardest moments has grown stronger. And sometimes, without even trying, you find that a simple word from you, a gentle touch, or even an understanding silence can be the beginning of healing for someone else. You realize that healing, like light, cannot remain confined to one place. It spreads naturally. And here you discover a beautiful secret, that healing is not just a gift to yourself, but a gift to the whole world. Every person who heals themselves adds a little more light to this world. They become part of the solution, not part of the problem. Ibn Sina used to say, when you heal yourself, you heal generations before you and generations after you, because healing breaks the chains of pain that are passed down from generation to generation, and it begins a new cycle of love, compassion, and understanding. This is the true meaning of healing, to become a source of healing for others, not through preaching or advice, but by being a living example that pain can be transformed into wisdom, and that fear can be transformed into courage, and that sadness can be transformed into deep empathy. There is a moment in the healing journey when you realize you have become free, not freedom from responsibilities or from life's challenges, but freedom from something deeper and more important, freedom from the fear of yourself. Ibn Sina spoke of this freedom as the greatest gift a person can receive. It is the freedom from the need to prove anything to anyone, freedom from the fear of failure, freedom from the need for everyone to love you, freedom from the need to be perfect. Now you know something profound about yourself, that you are not your thoughts, you are not your feelings, you are not even your experiences. You are something greater than all of this. You are the awareness that observes all of this, the presence that witnesses all of this, the silence that contains all of this. This discovery changes everything. When you know that you are not your fear, fear loses its power over you. When you know that you are not your sadness, sadness becomes just a guest that visits you sometimes and then leaves. When you know that you are not your failure, failure becomes just an experience you learn from. And even more beautiful than this is realizing that this awareness, this presence, this silence that you are, cannot be broken, hurt, or destroyed. It is like the sky that remains clear even if storms pass through it. Storms come and go, but the sky remains. This knowledge gives you a new courage for life. Courage to speak the truth, even if it is difficult. Courage to chase your dreams, even if they seem impossible. Courage to love deeply, even if love carries the risk of pain. Because now you know that no matter what happens, no matter what comes, no matter what goes, there is something within you that never changes, something stronger than any pain, greater than any fear, deeper than any sadness. Ibn Sina called this a return home, a return to that place within you that you have never truly left, even if you forgot the way back to it for a while. This is the place that knows who you truly are, the one that sees you as God created you, the one that loves you unconditionally, without restrictions or limitations. And from this place, you begin to live in a completely new way. You no longer live to prove something or to avoid something, but rather you live to express who you are. You live like an artist painting a picture, not because he wants to prove he is a good painter, but because painting is his nature. You choose the actions you love, the relationships that nourish you, the places that inspire you. You do not choose from a place of fear or need, but from a place of clarity and love. And the most beautiful thing is that you realize this freedom is neither temporary nor something that can be lost. It is now a part of you. You may forget it sometimes. You may lose touch with it for a while, but you always know how to return to it. You know the way home. This is the true gift of healing. It is not the absence of pain, but the presence of freedom. The freedom to truly be who you are, without fear, apology, or needing anyone's permission. Now we reach the end of our journey together. But in reality, it is the beginning of your true journey with yourself. Ibn Sina used to say that true wisdom is not in knowing the answers, but in living the questions deeply until the answers become a way of life. And this is what happened to you. You did not just find answers to the questions of pain and healing. Rather, you became a person who lives from a place of healing. Healing has become not something you seek, but something you emanate from. The final wisdom I want to share with you is this: true healing never ends. It is not a destination you reach and say, "I am done." Rather, it is a way of life that grows and deepens with every step you take. Every day, you will face new opportunities to choose healing. Opportunities to choose kindness with yourself when you feel discouraged. Opportunities to choose trust in your inner wisdom when the world tries to make you doubt yourself. Opportunities to choose love when fear would be easier. And every time you choose healing, you become stronger. No strength comes from stubbornness or resistance. Rather, strength comes from flexibility, clarity, and trust in your ability to get through any storm and remain connected to what is essential within you. Ibn Sina believed that every person who heals themselves contributes to the healing of the world. And now you are part of this great movement, the movement of people who choose to heal, to grow, to become more than they once were. My final message to you is simple. Trust the process. Healing has its own rhythm. It has its own timing. It has its own way of revealing itself. Don't try to force it, speed it up, or control it. Just keep showing love to yourself. Keep listening to your body and your soul.